Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Collapse Experiment. And for this video, we're going to be talking about the FBI. Yes, that great organization with its reputation going swirling down the toilet. This article popped up on Zero Hedge, although I believe it is originally from Just the News. I'm not familiar with that site, but let's check it out. Leaked FBI memos expose sexual misconduct, drunk driving, and property theft. Oh, and more. Yes, more than those three. Internal FBI disciplinary files dating back to 2017 reveal that scores of FBI employees have been busted over the past 5 years, engaging in various illegal, unethical conduct, including sexual misconduct, drunk driving, property theft, losing their service weapons. Actually, that's not entirely uncommon. John Douglas, the guy who started the whole, I believe his initial book was Mindhunter. He started the profiling program over at the FBI. He lost his first service weapon when he left it in the glove box of his, I believe it was a Volkswagen Beetle. I do remember this. And occasionally he said that he would try to look up the serial number if it popped up in any crimes, and lucky for him, it didn't. So, and assaulting children, not John Douglas, the FBI. This is one of the things that various illegal and unethical activities that they've been involved in, assaulting children. Rampant sexual misconduct included inappropriate affairs with felons in prison, because them guys are damn sexy, as well as confidential sources and subordinate employees. That stuff happens all the time. And while sexual transgressions often result in firings, other things such as drunk driving and offenses related to lost weapons did not. Are you serious? One report from April 2017 listed general examples of past FBI misconduct, including one agent dismissed for admitting to have sexually molested his daughter and granddaughter for years. I thought they did background checks on these people. Like when I was in high school, I had an interest in being in the FBI because I was really big into the X Files, and come to find out, they do actually have an X Files, but it's not what you think it is. But I digress. The background checks that they had back then were insane. They would go back to your kindergarten teacher, if she was still alive, and ask how you acted in the class. Like they were very thorough back in the day. It doesn't seem to be that way now. Another acted as an agent of a foreign government. That's a big no-no. One stole drug evidence to feed a heroin addiction. While another employee pulled a gun on a private citizen during an incident of road rage, the female bystander in question was thrown up against a concrete lane divider, causing temporary loss of consciousness and large contusion. Who are these people and why are they running things? Another report detailed an employee who shot and killed his neighbor's dog, and another who was drunk driving with a blood alcohol level 3 times the legal limit and killed an 18-year-old in the process. This is your FBI. I thought they were supposed to be like the very straight and narrow. We don't, like, what the hell is going on here? This is definitely not like an Elliot Ness type thing. Yet not all these subjects were said to have served prison time, and some even kept their jobs. This is insane. This needs to get shared around. If you like this video, if you're not a fan of the FBI, like I'm not, yeah, you might want to post this elsewhere. I'm going to keep going because this is a involved article here. Let's see here. In another incident, an agent had an unsecured M4 carbine rifle stolen from his government vehicle during a Starbucks run. Oh, yes, which resulted in a mere 2-week suspension. The whistleblower records provided to JTN show. Just the news. Although there was a lockbox in the trunk for storage of weapons and sensitive items, the agent shoved the rifle bag behind the front passenger seat while employee was in the Starbucks. The Booker Booker was burglarized. The rear passenger, rear driver, and tailgate windows were broken, and the rifle bag containing the M4 was stolen. Genius. The reports show that there were at least 23 cases of agents and the Bureau staff driving under the influence, but only 5 resulted in termination. I wonder if that includes the 18-year-old that was killed. While the others received suspensions or retired. That's right. If you screw up, you get to keep your retirement. There were several other incidents involving alcohol related to driving that also drew short term suspensions. At least 3 dozen agents reported guns being lost, stolen, or handled unsafely, including one agent who accidentally discharged his weapon and shot a hole through the floor of his hotel room. I'm going to go on. In another case, the supervisory employee hit his minor child and was only busted after the child's school noticed bruises and contacted Child Protective Services. After OPR discovered that the child had been coached to minimize what happened, the agent took bureau mandated parenting classes and the employee received just a 40-day suspension for assault and battery. Another employee sent a threatening and vile email to his girlfriend's ex-husband. Okay. While the process server attempted to serve a temporary restraining order on him, he threatened to shoot him, then failed to report the incident to his supervisor. He received a 25-day suspension. But all those people they're going after for J6, they're the real bad guys, right? Uh, I'm surprised they haven't gotten to the Gretchen Whitmer dude in the orgy beating his wife in Kalamazoo. There was also that happened. The misconduct was cataloged in a quarterly email sent to all Bureau employees by the FBI's Office of Professional Responsibility, who were suspended for a period of 7 months in 2021 to 2022 due to complaints that employees harmed by misconduct may feel shamed. However, the Bureau resumed publication over the belief that it may dissuade employees from committing crimes or violations in the future. They have to send out an email saying, hey, Jim Bob who works over and yeah, he did this stupid thing. So they're sending these emails out, and I'm wondering if the employees are treating it like, that sounds like a challenge. I bet I can up that. OPR suspended sending our quarterly email that details employees' misconduct and its consequences, read an April 22 email. We wanted to weigh the value of publishing this information with the discomfort employees harmed by misconduct may feel at its having been published. I'm sorry, but if you're inappropriately touching or doing other things with your child or grandchild, shouldn't they already be on one of those websites and knocking on their neighbor's door saying, hi, I'm a, yeah. An employee admitted engaging in a romantic relationship with an incarcerated felon and sending him money, according to the report. The employee failed to report contact with the felon, yet only received a suspension of 15 days. Oh, man. I'm pretty sure the guy, Elmore Leonard, didn't he write it? Wasn't that one of his first books? There's the movie with Jennifer, oh God, which Jennifer Lopez, right? And she's like shipping the dude, and they end up having, yeah. I'm pretty sure Elmore Leonard wrote that book like 30 years ago. They're just acting it out now. A similar situation from the fallout of a failed romantic relationship caused an employee to remove certain jointly owned property from the apartment of employee's former significant other and damaged their property. The email reported, although no criminal charges were filed, employee was arrested for vandalism and theft. Final verdict? 14-day suspension. All right. If they wanted time off, they could have just like had one of those COVID tests and had the little pink line on it. I don't know why they have to go through all these hoops to get time off, but one retired agent went on record with JTN where he suggested that the bureau may be getting more serious about firing employees for certain offenses. Oh no. Yeah. He was, however, concerned by the light penalties for things such as alcohol offenses. I didn't know the FBI was a bunch of drunkards. I had no idea. I was seeing that in a lot of cases, particularly in the DUIs, there was not many dismissals. Retired Assistant Director Kevin Brock told the outlet they were getting to know they were getting 20, 30, 40 days of suspension without pay, and that struck me as something a little bit of a divergence from the past. Louis Freya, it's free with an H at the end. When he was director, drew a bright line. He said anybody who misuses alcohol and gets in a bureau car is going to be dismissed, and that stopped a lot of the bad behavior. Isn't that like how the laws that they're enforcing works? Like we had these laws to discourage people from doing things because there's certain penalties for it. And now they got rid of that for bureau employees. Meanwhile, you've got the DOJ, prosecutors all over the country going after drunk drivers with serious financial consequences. And the FBI is just like, it's not. I mean, yeah, we enforce prohibition, but come on, it's legal now. So it's not a question of who's watching the watchers. Rather, why are the bad eggs escaping meaningful punishment for their actions? Oh, right. This is the same agency that knowingly used fabricated evidence as part of a scheme to frame Donald Trump as a Russian asset and then misled Congress. Yeah. So they had to close out on some type of political rant. But the worst one in here that I saw was well, there's obviously the 18-year-old who was killed while drunk driving with 3 times the legal limit. Yeah, and then there was the one agent dismissed for admitting to having sexually molested his daughter and granddaughter for years. Wow. These are the people of the FBI. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to trust these assholes when it comes to, I don't know, journalists being arrested for said property or transportation of explicit materials regarding children. I'm supposed to trust these people. I don't buy it. I'm sorry, but anything coming out of the FBI right now, I'm going to be on the side of the people that they're accusing because these people are no better, if not worse, than the people that they apparently are going after these days. This is insane. If you want to know more about FBI misconduct, go check out Radix Verum on YouTube. She's also putting out a documentary about the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping plot. But she uncovers a lot of stuff about the FBI, the ATF. She goes through a lot of the things that they've done in the past, and they continue to do, like frame people for crimes that were not committed. That kind of thing. Um, it just seems interesting that these are the guys who, for decades now, they would convince somebody to do a crime, give them the means to do the crime, and they would arrest them either after they did the crime or they were in the process of doing it. But now they're in the mindset of, well, we couldn't get these guys to do the thing that we wanted them to do, but it's conspiracy, so we can get them on that. Even though they ran the conspiracy, they didn't commit the crime that they were trying to convince them to do. Oh, no, no, no. But we're going to bust them for talking with us about it. That's the FBI's, that's what they're doing now. They're just like, well, God, they didn't do it. Okay. What can we, I mean, we have to justify the millions of dollars that we spent on this operation, right? Otherwise, we're going to lose our job. Well, no, we'll just do some drunk driving and get suspended for a little bit. They'll forget about the millions. I don't know what's going on over there. This is not the FBI that I grew up with. Um, Granted, I didn't really know what the FBI was up to during that time. Check out some of the Oklahoma City bombing stuff that's out there. No Way Jose podcast has a very good series on the OKC bombing. But yeah, this article, once it popped up, I was like, holy crap, I need to look into this. And yeah, thanks for joining me. There's more stuff on the way. And at least one more live feed for today. And that'll be coming up in a little bit. And yeah, I just, oh, the FBI. Should we be taking these people seriously these days? I don't know. Let me know. Leave a comment. God, keep on typing.